Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to talk about the best 5 tips that how you are going to learn English language very quickly. So tip number 5, do not make a rush. Well, what do I mean by that? Most of the time what happens whenever people want to learn English language, whenever people decided they would learn English language, they always make a rush. They just try to learn this language within 3 months or 6 months as soon as possible. So first of all, this is not possible. Learning a language takes time, it takes more of a practices, and that practice would take a longer time. But if you want to learn a language within 3 months or 6 months, and there are the people who are actually giving you this kind of assurance that you can learn a language within 3 months or 6 months if you purchase their courses and whatever the things they are selling to you. Those people are making false promises to you. The first thing that you have to understand, language cannot be learned within this short amount of time. You have to give time, you have to make a lot of things, you have to do certain practices, and you have to be consistent on your learning journey, and that will make possible for you to learn and understand this language. So do not make a rush while you are learning a language. Tip number 4, do not try to understand a native speaker. I have observed many of the English learners, from the beginning they try to understand the native speaker, they try to understand the accent of native speaker. Is one of the biggest factor why most of the English learner got demotivated while they are learning language. So you cannot just play the Hollywood movies and try to understand what they are actually saying and what accent they are using. So you are not going to get it. So first of all, you have to keep avoiding it, that I need to understand the native speaker, because it is as I already told you, it is one of the biggest factor that why people got demotivated and give up on learning English language. So don't do that. Tip number 3 is start from easy one. Okay, so basically what happens with most of the people while they are learning English language, while they are working on English language, first of all they usually raise kind of materials, they usually get into this kind of things which is easy, which is not easy, which is difficult for a beginner. So if from the beginning, from the first day, you cannot sit down and try to understand these statements or the other newspapers and try to understand all the vocabulary which related to politicals and other socio-economic factors, that you cannot start doing of that difficult thing. So first thing that you have to do, you have to start from the beginning of easy one. I mean, what is easy and what is hard, it is very hard to tell you, because you have to understand your capability and then you have to work on that which materials or which study materials or which are the information that actually easy for me and I can work on that. So basically you have to understand that you do not get into rush, you do not start from the difficult one, or you have to always start from the easy one that is comfortable with you, and then you have to gradually you will jump into the difficult part or the advanced part. So here are the tip number 2, which is very important, that do not think about your mistake. Do not overthink about your mistake. That kind of thinking, that kind of thought that actually resists you to speak in front of others. People will always feel like that I will not speak until I am correct. And maybe if I speak in front of other people, they will make fun of me because there would be a mistake in my language. So you have to stop thinking about your mistake. You have to speak confidently even if you do mistakes. So mistakes are the parts of our learning. So you do not overthink about your mistakes. Stop thinking about it and speak in front of other people. Tip number 1 is here, the most important and the most valuable tips that I'm going to share with you today is that practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So no matter how much time you spend on your learning, on capturing vocabulary, on doing all sort of things, but if you don't practice, if you don't speak, it doesn't help you anyway. So first of all, the main thing that I'm going to tell you, that you have to practice a lot. And one of the biggest problem that English students or English learners face, that they ask always this kind of question, with whom I can practice. So if you have anyone to practice with, it is great opportunity for you to practice with those person. And if you don't have anyone, it doesn't matter whether you have a person to practice, whether you don't have any person to practice with. So just practice by yourself, practice with yourself. Standing in front of the mirror, you can practice, you can talk with yourself, and the more you do this kind of work, the more fluent, the more confident you will be in English language. And this is my own real experience. This is my real experience that I am sharing with you. I have learned this language, not only English language, I have also learned Spanish language by this way, by practicing myself, by standing in front of the mirror. Or maybe sometimes I don't even stand in front of me. I just start to speak with myself with that particular language that I want to achieve. So these are the 5 tips that really important, that's really gonna help you to achieve your goal, achieve your fluency. And if you follow these things, and if you do these things consistently, I hope you will be fluent in English language, and I hope you could do well. So guys, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and do all those sort of things, that because your likes, it gives me the kind of motivation to create a lot of videos like this that actually gonna help you to understand this, how to learn a language. So see you in the next video.